And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, so let's continue our video. Now we are here to create the admin section as the final part, but before we do that, let's add something here. We have in our videos table, we have a number of views and popularity, so I want this to be updated. So what we're going to do is when somebody clicks a video to watch, let's say this one right here, we're supposed to update the number of views. Okay, so we update the number of views and its popularity as well. So popularity in this case is number of views per day. So let's say one video can have 1,000 views in 2 days, right? 1,000 views in 2 days. Another can have 500 views in 1 day. So both those videos have the same level of popularity. So that way, at least you can see what videos are doing the best, how many videos are getting the most views per day. Okay, so this is the result we're going to show here. So now to create it, let me click on one of these and let's see how we can update that. So this page is the play page. So let's go there, shall we? So we go to the controller of the play page. Yep, this is where it all happens. So if we did get the video in this if statement, so we get all videos from the playlist, right? But at the same time, we can set up views. So update views and popularity. So all I need to do here is run a query. So I'm going to grab this and do that. Okay. So already I know the video I want is inside data video here. So all I need is to get maybe the ID for this video. So let's use the ID. So I'm going to say update. So update videos, right? Set views is equal to views plus 1, right? So just add 1 to the views column where the ID is equal to this particular ID. Oh wait, are we using yes, we are using those. Okay, and say limit 1. So we just have to provide the ID over here. So I'm gonna say ID, but what is it equal to? It's equal to that video row ID, like that. Okay, so that is all you need to update views. So now if I refresh the page over here, go back to the table and click, you will see that there's one view there, and I can refresh this to see another view. So it keeps adding to the number of views. It's as simple as that. Now popularity is a little bit different, okay? Because we need to know a few other things first before we can update. So first of all, we need to know the date of this video. So when was this video added? And then we calculate, we get the number of views, and then we divide by the number of days that this video has been up, and then we update the popularity status. So in order for this to happen, we need to grab the row from the video, since we have all that information. But keep in mind that the number of views has changed at this point. We've added 1, so we just need to increment by 1 here when we are dealing with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my number of views. We'll say views is equal to that video views, and then add 1. Since we've added 1 to the, we don't want to read again from the database just to grab that 1 extra view. So we can just do that here, views plus 1. And then let's calculate the number of days, shall we? Now this one is going to be a little bit complex. So we have the time function, which gives us the number of seconds from 1970 up to today. So number of seconds 1970 to now will be gotten from that function, right? Then let's subtract the number of seconds from 1970 to the time that this video was added. And we can get that information from the date of the video, like that. Now the problem is the date is in a different format to number of seconds. You see, it's an actual date, but we need to convert this to number of seconds from 1970 to when this video was added. Okay, so we can do that by using the function string to time, like this. So this string to time will convert that date into an integer. So this is like in the past. So this number will always be smaller than this one, because this one is right now, the number of seconds from 1970 to now. And then this, like, let's say this video was uploaded yesterday. So this is the number of seconds from 1970 to yesterday. And this one from 1970 to today. So obviously this one will have more seconds in it because it's newer. So that, subtract that, will give us the total number of seconds, the difference between these two in seconds. Now, since we know the number of seconds now, I didn't need those brackets actually. Since we know the number of seconds now, what we can do is convert those number of seconds to days. Okay, so let me go down here again and say days now becomes equal to, these days right now is inside, this is number of seconds, right? So maybe let me just write seconds there. Okay, so days becomes seconds divided by the number of seconds in a single day. That would tell us how many days there are. So number of seconds in a day is 60 seconds make a minute, 60 minutes make an hour, 24 hours make a day. So that is number of seconds in a day. And if we divide by this total seconds, we can know the number of days. So if there is 1 point something, right, it just means that that's 1 day. So let's use the flow function like that to always round down. So if we get a number like 1.9, it will round down to 1, or 1.2. As long as it's 1 point something, it will just give you the 1. That's the number of days. Okay, great. So that number of days, now what we need to get is divide the views by the days. So popularity in this case will be equal to views divided by days. Okay, so days, views divided by days. Yep, I think that's about it. So this could return a we don't actually need to floor it, because in the database we only allow integers. The popularity is an int, so it will cancel out any decimals there and just leave the integer itself. So there we go. So we can do that, that's fine. Views divided by days, that's popularity. And all we need to do now is update using the very same thing, but instead we are updating popularity instead of views this time. Popularity. So we say update videos, set popularity is equal to popularity. Here we don't do +1, no, we just put that as part of the ints, the variables, and then the ID over there. So we have an ID here, but let's add popularity as well. And we have a variable called popularity, comma. So this is just an array with one item, popularity, one item ID. Simple and straightforward. All right, so let's try that. So if now I refresh the page, what do I see? Okay, so you see popularity, there it is. I don't know why it's lagging behind. It should be the same number. Oh, popularity 2. Why? If it's 1 day, less than a day, so that's 0 point something. Okay, let's try, instead of flooring here, let's try a ceiling. Let me see how well that works. Doesn't seem to change anything at all. Anyway, that's how it's gonna be. So regardless, ceiling is the opposite of floor. This rounds up instead of rounding down. Anyway, this is fine because the calculation will be the same for all videos. So whether the calculation itself isn't very accurate because of decimals here, we are losing some data. But at the end of the day, it will give a ranking for each video because right now, popularity of this one is there. But let's try a different video altogether, latest. Let's do maybe this one. I don't know if there's even a difference there. Yeah, so 1, 1, that's fine. Looks like that's gonna work out better. 1, 2, okay. Yeah, so at least there's popularity there. And then if you go to the popular part, you will see that some videos are more popular than others, right? So for example, this one doesn't seem so popular. So let's click on it several times until it moves here. If I go back to popularity, it still hasn't moved. Let's go back to popularity, still there. Let's go back here, still there. Okay, finally it has moved over to the other side. So the more views, now it's bypassed this one and there it is. Okay, great. This is supposed to be divided by 1 because this is supposed to say this is 1 day, 7 divided by 1 should be 7. So I'm wondering what's going on here. So ceiling there, that's fine. How about popularity divided by number of days? Views divided by days. Let me try here and echo the number of days. Let's see if it's actually 1. Let me click on this. It actually says 2. So that's weird. Let's try floor. Since it's rounding up, maybe it should round down. Yeah, that's 1 day. So it should be the same number here, 9 by 9. That's true. Let's go to another one of these videos. Click on this one. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Okay, so the calculation is better now. So floor was better than ceiling there. Okay. Okay, so you see those numbers change. When the day goes to 2, it will divide the number of views by 2. When it becomes day 3, to divide the number of views by 3, and so on and so forth. So that will set the popularity up. Then also you may not want the views to update when the user, the one who posted this video is the one that's viewing it now. So you could do this. You could put an if statement here and say if, because we know inside session there is a user function where you can grab whatever you want, and I want the ID of the user from there. Then I can do if this is not equal to this video data user ID. So let's go here, video data. Is there a user ID actually? No, actually we don't do that. Right. Okay, so since here we are not saving who actually posted the video, what we can do is just to check if somebody is an admin. That's all. So search if is, in fact, let's use user and let's do role is not equal to admin. Yeah, so that the admin does not cause the view count to change. Let's move that in. But if we were saving who saved the video, then we would use that ID instead. But this is fine too. So at least now, if I look at the numbers 6699, and if I refresh the page this time, I shouldn't see any increases, and I don't see those until I log out. Okay, so that's great. We have that out of the bag. Now let's go to our admin page. So first of all, we need an admin controller. So let me grab the home controller here, copy everything. Let's go to controllers, new file, paste, and change that to admin. And we're gonna have an admin page, right? So I'm gonna save this as admin.php, capitalized of course. And I don't need to read anything from here at the moment. All right, maybe, okay, I can leave those for now, just so I can repurpose them later. Now let's get an admin view file here. So I'm going to create a new file. Save this as admin.view.php. All right. So back to our HTML pages. There's this part with admin. This is the index.html. Copy everything, come back to admin view, paste. Now, of course, you can change your titles here. Put, for example, we can say admin, and then let's put the app title here, right? We can do this and say app name, like that. That should do the trick. This is being recognized as an HTML page, so I'm gonna change that to PHP. Okay, so with that, we should have an admin page. If I click down here, it says admin, and this is what I get. Great. If I look at the title, it says admin, my video website. So the application title is there. You can put the app description as well in there if you want. I actually didn't do this for the other side, so I'm going to copy this to the header side, and instead of website template here, I will put the app name, but then at the beginning here, I will put the page name. So I can get the page name by using the URL thingy. There's a URL function, and then I can put page in there like so. So it will get the page name, but it won't be capitalized, so you can use a function called UC first to capitalize the first letter, or UC words to capitalize the first of every word. So let me go back. Now, as you can see, it says play my video website. So you can put a pipe in between here to separate the two. That way the title looks like that, play, and then if I go to latest, it says latest one. So that way it changes the page name, the page title. This is important, especially for Google Analytics, because it grabs the page title as well. Okay, so great, we have that. That's cool. I can put description and some tags as well for SEO. Here, let me leave it like that. Okay, great. So with this, now we have an admin page, but the problem is we don't have the assets, right? These assets are for the front side. So what I'm going to do is go into the folder. So let me right click, open folder. So this is a folder for the admin thingy. So I'm going to grab these assets and I'm just going to rename it. So rename assets _ admin. so that it's different to the other one where we're going to paste it. So copy that, go back to here, public, where we have the other assets. Let's do the assets admin right there. So what we want to do now is change every reference to assets / I'm going to select and just do assets _ admin like that. And also at the beginning here we have to put our root path, so root close / like so. Okay, and with that in mind, the admin page should look as it should. So there it is, incroyable. Now what we want to do here is show the dashboard, separate the dashboard and the other pages. So most of these pages like users, videos and playlists will have a table just like this one. So what I'm going to do is just change the content of each one of these, and that's it. Let me link these guys first of all. Let's say the logout page. Do we have a logout controller? Yes, we do. So I'm going to go to the menu here on this side and let's link those bad boys. So like the logout page right here, I'm going to grab this and just say root, right? And then do logout. Great. I'm going to copy that. The home page is just root. Let me remove these annoying break tags that auto-created. Let me move that. Keep things simpler. Playlists. Now these will be /admin /playlists. Okay, like that. So I'm gonna grab this here so I don't have to retype it all the time. Same thing here, videos. And then same thing here, users. And where is the dashboard though? Oh. This was supposed to be dashboard, not menu. Like that. So that one is just /admin, like so. And then here we'll grab the name of the logged in user, right? So we're gonna do session, excuse me, user. I can't remember whether we are using usernames or, yeah, it's username. Okay, and the image as well. Do we even have an image thingy here? We don't. Okay, so we don't have an image column, so we'll just leave that there. Now we need to declare session here somewhere. So I can declare it here, but I don't like doing that from here. So better we do this from, wait a second here. It will mean I have to do it on every part, but I guess that's okay. Because data, whatever we put inside data is what is sent to the view side. So I'm gonna add one variable called sesh, like that is equal to sesh. That way it will be available on the other side as well. So let's refresh, and there it is. Everything looks like it's working. But this I'm gonna use on every single function here. So let me just put it there so I don't forget it. Okay, now the thing is, here we have dashboard, right? But when I click here on users, it should change this, but not this. Just, this should be the same homepage. The logout, I'm sure, also works. But these should change according to what's here. So what I'm going to do is just load a page based on what's happening there. So what to do is, inside the views here, for example, I can create a folder. So say new folder. I'm going to call it admin. Okay, so we'll put the admin views in there. So for example, I'm going to have one view file called, let's see, I'm going to call this one dashboard for a start. Just so we know this is from here, I'm going to call it my dashboard like this. Save it as dashboard.view.php. So it's inside this folder. All right, so back to the admin view. Let's go down here. So there's this part after dashboard here. So I want this to be dynamic text as well. So keep in mind that, let me go back here. If I click on users, for example, you see the link goes to admin/users. Now, if you remember very well, the first one of these items corresponds to the class that is loaded. So in this case, the admin class. But the second one looks for a function called users. If it finds it, then it loads that. If it doesn't, it loads the base one. So what we're going to do is, in this case, the index, which is dashboard. So the index will contain the dashboard part. So what I'm going to do here is I'll grab that second part, which is, let's say, users or dashboard, and put it here. So I'm going to call it, what do I call this? I don't know, page title. Then let me do UC first, so it capitalizes. Now we need to make sure page title exists. So in this case, if I go to the admin section here, actually page title should be in here. So let me duplicate this function and name it users. So everything else remains the same, but in here we'll put page title. I can put page title here as well. Let me duplicate that. Maybe let's just call it title for short. And this one will be dashboard, like that. Let me grab this and put it here. Title is users. Okay. Or instead of us having to do this, we could use the URL thingy instead. So that's one way to do it, but we have a URL function, so let's use that instead. So what I'm gonna do is write, maybe, I don't know, I can do this anywhere. Let me put that here maybe. I'm just going to say title is equal to, we have the session in here, right? Oh, we don't need the session. We just URL function and page, like that. So page is admin, right? But which is also, if I put 0, it's going to give me the same thing. But if I put 1, the URL just grabs things from here. If you put 0, you get admin. If you put 1, you get the next one. If you put 2, you get the next one, just like that. So if you don't know the names to use, just put 0, 1 numbers like that. It's possible that it may not exist. So if it doesn't, let's put it as dashboard. Or what say, not found, just like that. Okay, in case it does not exist, then not found or whatever. So let's grab title and let me put that here instead of page title. Let's do that. Okay. Cool. So now if I refresh, it should change to users, videos, playlists, and so on. As you can see, dashboard. Dashboard means not found, so nope, we should put it back to dashboard there. All right, so dashboard is the default. Now all we need to do is to load the page that corresponds to the title. So in this case, for example, let me move all of these items. Every item after this part does not belong here. Okay, this one is for the dashboard, so I'm gonna cut this out up to where it says users here, and we will remove this. We don't need that, so we already have a title for this. So I'll put this inside the dashboard part view file. Okay, cool. All right, so back in here, at this point, this is where we load our content. So here I'm gonna say PHP. Let me put a switch statement here. I'm gonna say switch. I'm looking for the title, and if the value of the title is dashboard, then we'll do something. If it's not something we know, we're just gonna echo page not found, like that. Okay. Otherwise, let's duplicate these. So here there's users, and here there's playlists, and here there's videos. And here we include a file. In fact, we should require a file, but maybe let's use the include function instead. Include is more forgiving. So to include the file, in fact, instead of using include, what we can do is just use this view and then put the view file itself. Now it's inside the admin folder in the views folder, so we have to put that folder like that, admin slash, and then dashboard, like so. Okay. So in case there is a data which we expect, let's push that data there as well into that view, like so. So this one users, this one playlists, and this one videos. Okay, so this is what will load the appropriate page when we need it. So for example, users here has this table, right? So let's make that a thing. It's the only thing actually. Also plus this pagination here. So let me grab all of this, cut it, and let me create a new file in the admin section here, paste, tab them over, save this. This one will go as users, like so. Okay, so we only have 2 pages made, but let's see if it's gonna work out. So as you can see, we have dashboard here. If I click on users, we have this. So it's working as intended. I just need to make other pages like videos, view file not found, playlist, view file not found. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so with this users part, here you can have this show the active thing depending on what the title is. So if I go to see title here, if this is equal to title, as you can see, dashboard is the class 6, which is the active class. So here all you need to do is put an if statement. So we can do this and say something whatever. Then if it's correct, we put 6, class 6. If it's not, we put class 10. Is it class 10? Wait a second. I'm not sure which class here determines the active. I think it's here, not there. So yep, I'm on the wrong part of town, because class 6 here is everywhere still. Class 7 is the only different one. Wait, there's class 11 as well. So all these have 7 and 11, 7, 11. But this one has, the first one, where is this dashboard, has 7 and 8. So I guess 8 is the class for the active. Then 11, okay, it's the only one that's different. So we put that there. It means that's the class for the active link. So let's do that. That, and then close that. Okay, so we are telling it that during a certain time you can show class 8, otherwise you show class 11. Okay, so what's that condition? The condition is the title. If the title is equal to a very specific text, like for example dashboard, then we show class 8, otherwise 11. So I'm going to grab this here and paste it here as well on users, for example, and then change this to users. So let's just see if those two will function as intended. So as you can see, users now is active. If I click on dashboard, that's active. But these don't work because we haven't added that if statement. So let's add it over here. This one is videos, and this one is playlists, like that. Okay, the rest are irrelevant. So let's try that. Playlists, videos, users, dashboard. Okay, so let's create the users list, and then we can copy everything over to the videos and playlists. All right. So with users, we don't need images. So what I'm going to do, actually, let me just save a copy of this on videos, just in case I mess things up. So I'm going to copy everything, create a new file for videos, save this. And this one is videos.view.php. All right. So at least now videos has a backup. Let's go to users here. Now in users, if we go back to the admin class, there's the users thingy here. So we can use this to read user content. So we have a user class here. So let's load that class instead. So I'm gonna do this and say user, user. Yep, let's grab the user class. And here we say users is equal to. Now, since we are not doing any special stuff, we can easily use the where function. No, actually the find all function, like that. Okay, so I want to change the limit to maybe 24. Let's try that. Let's do this. User limit is equal to 24. And then the offset, we can set that to 0. So we use the offset for pagination. I think I explained this when we are creating the framework, but let's leave it there for now. And data users, great. So all we need to do now in the users view is to check if there are some users existing, and then we use that. Now I don't like the way these things are spaced up, but so we need username. We don't need the last name at all. We need the email as well, right? Oh, it was already there. We will need the date. Let me see what columns we have in here. So there is the row and the date. Date created. We can also duplicate and say date updated. And instead of image, we have a row as a user. Maybe we can put that a bit higher in the hierarchy. Okay, so there we go. There we go. Okay, so those are the columns. Why is this one weird? Scope. Why do we even have scope here? Don't seem like we need that at all. Do we need this class at all? Probably not. Okay, back here, let's see if anything is weird. No, looks okay. Let's check out the data now. Okay, so down to the data side, let's fix this as well. Here we have the ID. So I'm gonna imagine we have a row and the ID will be there. And here we'll have username. In case the username has weird or special characters, we can use the escape function there. Okay, so what we got? Email, row. Let me grab this. Email, row. And then finally, date created. Do I have the get date function? I'm gonna check that out. Date created, date updated. Since we have no images at all. Okay. Cool. So let's see what we, oh, sorry about that. We don't have any of these things. So what I need to do is check inside the body. I'm gonna say if not empty. We have to know that there is some rows of users like that. I'll duplicate this, and then if it's not empty, then we'll use a for each loop and loop through users. And I'm gonna say as row like that. Okay, so then I'll put an end if at the end of this table row. First of all, we have end for each. Duplicate. Outside we have end if. And we don't need the second row here since we are looping through the first one. Okay, let's organize these a little bit like so. And move these as well in tab. All right, let's see that in action, and there we go. So we have just one row here. Everything seems okay. Now this one, date updated January 1970, you see. So if you don't provide anything, it will revert to the first time the first computer recorded a date, which is 1st January 1970. Yeah, that's a special date for computers. Anyway, we have next page, previous page, but we only have one user, so this is okay. Let's go to the pagination part. Previous page, next page. Okay. We're gonna fix all of this. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, this is all nice and dandy, but let's copy it to the playlists section. So I'm gonna copy everything here, or maybe the videos section. So replace, let's see here. So the image is in class 20. I wanted to memorize the class name for the image because that's the only thing I can't replicate here. Okay. Yeah, so class 20. I'll select everything and paste. Okay, save. Then let's go to the admin section and duplicate, create one more function for videos. That way it will pass through here instead. And then here we'll grab the video class instead. Because we are grabbing videos in this case. Find all. This is great. Let's go to the videos view file, and here instead of users we are looking for video as raw. So there's an ID. Let's look for the video table and see what columns we are dealing with. So there's a title, there's an image. Okay, so a few things here to note. Playlist name, blah blah blah, popularity. So in this case I think we should use a query instead, but that's all right. Let's start with this. I'll say title, I'll say there's a title, there's an image, yeah, there's date, there's views, popularity, description. We may not put the description here because the description sometimes can be long depending on the type of description you're dealing with. So let's remove this. Let's just put date here. So there's the title, there is the playlist name. We're going to find that. We're going to create that. Title, playlist name. Then there's an image. There's a date. This one here, let's put, let me leave date here at the very end. Let me put slug here. You may need to know what the slug is. Then also views and popularity could be a thing. So let me duplicate these two. Let's see, views, popularity, like that. Okay. All right. So let's match the ones that are on the top here. Title. So there's title, playlist, image. Okay. Title, playlist, image. Slug, views, popularity. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, let's duplicate a few. I think this one is the date. Popularity. What have I missed? I think that's about it. So let's try that on videos. There we go. Okay, a lot of things wrong here. Doesn't know what playlist name is, so let's fix that immediately. So we can do that by, let's just look at how we load videos when on any page. Let's say the latest page, we run this query instead, right? So let's grab that instead, copy that query. Let's go back to the admin section and let's put that there. Okay. Yep, I think this actually works. This gonna work, this gonna work. There's no, what's the limit? 24. Okay, I think that will do just fine. Because this will have the, oops, undefined variable limit. Okay, so we don't need this no more. Let's do it like that. Great. Okay, so we have a playlist here, but the image, I remember saying the image was class number 20. So where is image here? Image is here. So let's put this inside an image tag. Source with class 20. and in here we put the source. Here we use the get image function, like so. That way, in case the image does not exist, we get an empty. All right, there it is. So we have our image. What about the slug? Why does it show a date instead? That's because I guess that's what I told it, get date. So this shouldn't be a thing. Let me remove that. Views, no thing. Popularity, same thing. Okay. There we go. So popularity, views, slug, date. Okay, so looking great. Videos. If I click on views, that's what I see. Click on videos, that's what I see. Same thing if I click on playlists, I should see playlists. So let's fix that immediately. So I'm gonna grab the, I think the user side is simpler. So let me grab that instead and go back to views. Right click, new file, paste, save, and this one will be playlists.view.php. So let's see here, playlists.view.php. So here what we are looking for instead of users is playlists. So say play list. Okay, then a row like this. So back to the admin section. Let's duplicate the users part. It's more similar, and paste. So this one will be playlists. And let me change every reference to user into playlist, like that. Okay, great. That does it, really. So playlists, there we go. But it's doing new user, but it should be new playlist, like that. Okay, so there we go. Very good. So missing column names, not a problem. Let's just match the column names with those in the database. So there's playlist name, there's a slug, and an image. So actually we have an image in here. So I should have copied the videos section instead. So copy that instead into playlists view. The only thing we need to change is this part to playlist. So there's an ID, there's a playlist name, so I'm just going to delete this one. There's an image, that's fine. Then there's a slug. Is there? Yes, that's about it. So the rest, like video, popularity, we don't need a date, boom, out of my way. So date, popularity, views, out. Playlist, yes. Looks like it's done, right? So refresh, and there we go. Playlist, image, slug, action. So as you can see now, we are able to view whatever we want here. Let's go to the dashboard itself. I want to know how many admins, how many users, how many videos, and how many playlists we have. And we can know that by simply running a few queries. So if I go to the admin, we're in the index, which is the dashboard. So here is where we need that kind of stuff. So I want us to use, we can really use any of these models. We don't really need a specific one. In this case, we can use the video model because we just want the query function within it. So let's remove that limit. We don't need that. So we'll say get admins. So let's run a query here. We're just going to type query and say query is equal to, we say select all from users where the role is equal to admin. What am I doing? Okay, now we need it to count how many there are. So we're going to use the count function. And then let's name the column as total, like that. Okay, then we just need to run the query here by putting the query variable in there, like so. So this is going to have a column named total, which we are going to use. So say admins. Okay, so let's do the same for users. Yeah, get users, where the row is equal to just user, like that. Okay, so change that to users. And then here we get videos. How many videos? Select count from videos. We don't need a where clause in here. We just want all of them. So select count as total from videos. And here as well, videos. Same thing here. We don't need a where clause. We want playlists. Get playlists, like that. Okay, and just like that, we have everything we need. If I now go to the dashboard view, all I have to do is check if what I want exists. So here the number of admins is here. So here I'm just gonna do this and say admins total, like that. So let's see if just that will work. Attempt to read property total on array. Okay, so the issue is that the result of this is an array and we just need the first result. So let's do this and it should work. Boom. Okay, there we go. So just like we did with this, I'm gonna grab that and put this here and change that to users, and that's it. Change this to videos. Let's remove the annoying break tag. And same thing here, playlists. Done. So if we come back here now, we'll have accurate numbers of what's going on. So playlists, videos, users, no users, just one admin, 3 videos, 2 playlists. Very cool. So users, videos, playlists, blah, blah, blah. Very good. So the only thing now remaining is how to edit these things. For example, we want to be able to edit and delete a video. Also, pagination. Now let's fix pagination first because it's going to be easier. I think I already have, do I have a pager model? Yes, there we go. Look at that awesomeness. So we do have a pager model. Very cool. So the pager model has a display function which shows the pages. Okay. I don't even remember how I typed. Anyway, let's go to admin. Let's try this with videos because we have more videos than anything. So let's set the limit to 1, right? So we're just saying the limit to a video is 1. So only 1 video per page. I want to be able to click next page, previous page, and have those things move. Now what I'm going to do is create a new page here. I'm going to say pager is equal to new pager. That's what I call the pagination function. But we're going to use the pagination function in the view file as well. So I need to send it over there as well. So I'm going to use data and just say pager is equal to, let's put that pager class in there, like so. That way we send it to the view file. But before we send it here, we need to use it. So limit is equal to 1, right? And then we want to change the offset. Wait. I want to know the offset here should be equal to pager offset. Okay. Actually, when creating the pager here, I should put my limit in there. like so. This is how I designed it. So you have to do this. That's how I designed it to work. So you set your limit, then when creating the pager function, you supply that limit. So the pagination class knows what's your limit per page. And then you grab the offset, because using this limit, it's going to calculate and it will check what page number you're on, and then it's going to calculate an offset that you need. So you grab that offset from the pager itself and put it here. Then we're going to put that offset here. So I'm going to say offset. So the offset is just the number of rows that MySQL should ignore before it starts actually collecting data. So for example, you have 20 rows. Let's imagine you have 20 records and you just want the first 10. That's page 1. So you're going to say limit 10, right? And then you say offset 0. So it won't do any offset. It will just grab the first 10 results. But then if you want the next 10 results, which is page 2, you're going to tell it to offset by 10. So it's going to say, I have these first 10 results, but I'm going to only start collecting after. It's going to skip the first 10. So offset is just how many records to skip, which essentially moves us to the next page. So that's the idea here. So let's see if that's gonna register. So class model page not found. Okay, so the reason is that this one is in the core class, the core namespace. So let's change that to core, and there we are. So it doesn't look like we have done anything, but if you notice, if I put a question mark at the end here and say page is equal to 2, it moves to the next page. And even there, if I put page 3, look at that. It's just that the buttons are not working. So the pager class is doing justice. The only thing is, since we've sent it to the view file, we need to tell it to echo out the pagination part. So let's go to videos, right? So right here, I'll ignore this pagination for now. I'm just going to add mine here. Just say PHP. I'll say pager display. Just like that. That should display the page numbers and stuff. And as you can see here, it is. So there's the first page, page 1, page 2, page 3. And as you can see, it updates these guys as you go on. This is page 5 now. Go to the first page. Now, if you want, you need to add classes and styles to these guys. Yeah. So we can ignore this. What classes? I don't even know what classes are here. Class 24, class 25. So a button here is class 25, right? Now, you can put things for the pager here to customize it, right? Let's go to the pager class itself and notice what's going on. So inside the pager class, there are things here like the classes for the UI list and all, so on and so forth. I should update this class. I have another pager class which I made that has styles as well instead of just classes. So these were meant for Bootstrap. If you're using Bootstrap, they will look proper. But here we are not using Bootstrap, so we might as well need to change a few things. So you can put your own class names here. So for example, the list item or the what to do here? What to do? Okay, what you can do is let me remove this page thing here. I'll remove the pagination because we will not be needing it for now. What I can do is just put a div here, right? Then I can style that. So first of all, the thing I'm gonna do is put a style and say display flex. This will enable, we'll put everything on one line. apparently not. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, let me see what classes are in here, right? Let's inspect. And first of all, there's the Pagination class. So it's called Pagination. Then there's page item. Okay, so let's target the Pagination class. So right here, I can put some styling. I can do style. And then do dot pagination, right? Like that, okay? And then I can say list style none. Let's see if that works. Yeah, so that removes the bullet points there. That's good. So pagination as well. Let's do display flex. Let's see if that works. There we go. And then we have the page item, which is each list. So let's do that as well. Dot page item. And I want to add padding to each one of these and say 10 pixels. So this I don't actually need here. Oops. I don't need this at all. Okay. All right, so looking at that, I think we are getting somewhere. And if you look at the okay, page item, let's see here. We can say background color. What's the background color? Let's see, CCC. Let's see, so that we can see them buttons. Okay, there we go. That works. Maybe too much. Let's try EEE. Okay, that's working. And then there's the active one, right? So there's the active link, or whatever page you're on. In this case, it's page 1. It should have that active class. So we're gonna do dot active and change the background color to blue and the color to white. So let's try that. And there we go. So the color isn't showing very well, but it's active A. So the link in there, oh, there's actually class page link. So we can say active page link. Let's try that. I'm going to duplicate this and say active dot page link, like that. All right. Let's move this color white to there, like so. So this is an attempt to style the active button. Let's see if that works, and there it is. So you can change these colors, of course. Just click here and adjust them to your liking so they look more like what you want. Let me go grab that. And let me put that here. Okay, now we have proper pagination. So you can style it as you wish. So you see, page 4, first page. So now all we have to do is change the limit, right? So if I go to admin, I can change the limit to how many I want to show per page. I can put 2 there and refresh. There we go. So we have 2, 4, and that's it. Go back to the first. And there we go. So you see, it works. I'm gonna put 24 videos that you can show here, and there we go. So pagination is working on videos. It should work on users and playlists as well. So let's move it to playlists as well. So I just need to grab this part here. Let's go to playlists and put it here. So on playlists, we have limit 24. So what we've done here, we have an offset that we need here. The offset is directly here since we don't have a query. So I'm going to grab this and give it the offset I need there. The limit, so there's a limit here. This limit will be equal to, let's just put limit like so. I'm going to remove that. This should do the trick. Let's try and put limit 1, right? Okay, so it's working. And let's copy the pagination from videos. I'm gonna copy this div right here and put it on playlists, right down here, paste. But we need the pager to be there as well. So let's make sure that we did create a pager, but we send it to the view as well. So that part is important. Same thing as in users, we need that pagination over there. But let's try this on the playlists section. There we go. So page 1, page 2, page 3, first page. So it's working as well on the playlists side. Now playlists 24 limit, great. Let's do the same for users. So in the users section here, I will, oopsie daisy. So I want to grab this and put it on the user side. All right, come back here. Users, we have that pager, but users is more like this. So let me grab this. Boom. Let's put that here. Oopsie. Boom. Let's just change the word playlist to user. User offset, user limit is equal to limit, blah, blah, blah. Right? Let's put 1 per page. Okay. And it's working as intended. 24. Okay, so everything is working. Pagination is working. The only thing remaining is the edit and delete of records, right? Otherwise, we have a dashboard. We have a homepage, latest, popular, or playlists, and we can upload a video. We can add a new playlist. So let's add a new playlist and see if our admin section will update. So here I'm gonna have, we have 2 playlists, which are money and investments. Let's try a sports playlist. Let's add an image here and let's hit save. Okay, so this should redirect to the admin section, I think. So we're going to change that. And as you can see, there it is. If we go to the dashboard, it now says 3 playlists. Okay, so things are working as intended. Now for the edit and delete, let's start with videos, because I think that's the toughest. We need these buttons to work over here. And we need an add new button as well that will lead us to the upload video part so that it's easy to click from here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is let's look at the upload link first of all. Let's add a button here. Let's see here. If I go to the HTML, the original HTML, I want to look at the pagination buttons and get one of these. Maybe number 25, class 25 button. So I'm gonna grab this guy, close that. Let's go to videos, view file, and right at the top here, outside the table, I'm gonna paste that. Let me move it in. I'm gonna say add new, or you can call it upload or something. Let's put an A tag here. And let's look at the link to the video uploading. So let's go to the home page, and the link to upload a video is this one. So slash the home page slash video slash new. So let's add that. So root slash video slash new. Okay. That should do it. Let's go to the admin section. Let's go to videos, and then there's add new there. So if I click on that, there it is. If I click cancel, it should take me back to the admin section. So let me go to video view. Let's look at the cancel button. Let me just grab this one here. Let's look at the cancel button. It's right here. Let's close that A tag. So this one goes to admin slash videos, like so. And then also when we, what's this? When we are done with, let's go to the JavaScript section here. So when we are done with everything, the result of this, where we window.location.reload, instead of reloading, we're gonna say window.location.href should be equal to this instead. So we put root there, we put admin slash videos. Right, so if I refresh the page and click cancel, it should take me here. So add and then cancel there. Okay, cool. Now let's look at the edit instead. So let's go to the playlists view here. No, videos view, that is. So the edit should have a similar thing. So I'm going to copy that. Let's come down here. Here I'm going to say edit, paste that. Let's put a link. This will be very similar to the delete. So let's put a link there as well. So we just need to edit these parts. So this one will be edit, this one will be delete. All right. So this is the class name, the function name, and then finally we need to know which of these we are dealing with. So row ID is enough. Which one do we want to edit between the two? So you can put it, you can use a slug or you can use an ID. Either way is fine. Okay, so I think that does it. So coming back here, if I now refresh and click edit, that's where it takes me. And if I click delete, it takes me to the same thing. All right. So let's start with edit first. So I'm going to click on here. This is the video we have. So click edit. And now it brings us to the new video, create new video thingy. But we need to know what we're editing. We need the old content in here. So what we're going to do. All right, so let's fix that. So let's go to the video controller right there. Okay. So this part right here is what loads there. So I wanted to load the old information first. So let me create two of these. This one will be the delete function. This one will be the edit function. Now we are expecting an ID on each one of these, so that will come through here. So let's set it to an empty value just in case it's not there. So let's start with the edit section. So there's a video here, no video, playlist. Yeah, we need to see those playlists, that's fine. But let's grab the video that has an ID that came in through here. So in order to do that, let me duplicate this and say this one will be known as video. Let's put video here. Let's grab the first record that corresponds to what we want, and in this case we want ID, like that. Simple and straightforward. So the video, great. What else? The other thing we need to put here is we need to know that this is the edit. So I'm going to call it mode like this, and here we are in the edit mode, right? So the mode will be edit. If I go to the video view here and look at when we are sending data through Ajax, we are saying new video, right, as the data type. So I would rather, let's use that and say data type, right, and say edit video. All right, so let me copy this, put it on the old one here, and this one will be new video. That way we can get the data type from here. Okay, so edit video, new video. Then we have the actual video here, which is great. Very cool. So far we won't see any difference here at all, but this is cool. Now let's put that. So instead of upload video, we need to actually we can set those things here as well. Instead of data type, let's put title as well. Title is upload video. Let's do the same here. Let's put a title and say edit video. We will put a title there as well for delete video. Let me copy both of these. In fact, I need this as well here, like so, and paste it here. This should be delete. This should be delete, and we need the actual video there, so that's fine. So if I go to the view now, so data type here should change, should come from the PHP side. So this one is going to be data type from PHP. Okay, great. I think that does it. Bum, 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 bum. Very cool. Okay, so a few things here. Data type should, the title should also come from PHP, like so. All right, so now at least we'll see one change, which is edit video. And now we need to load the old data here. So featured image, blah blah blah. So what we're gonna do is we need to know if, let's say get image for example, if video is a thing, right? So we're gonna say if video, like that, image, right? But then let's put two question marks for when it is not there, we instead supply empty string. So what this does is it can allow you to use this, but in case it does not exist, supply an empty string. So let's see how effective that is. And as you can see, there it is, right? So let's try and say upload video. Now you see it's empty, right? Let's do a console and then click edit. And as you can see, there it is. So it's working very well. We do the same thing with title. So I'm going to copy that and let's come to title. So the old value here in title, then we can put a new value. So old title, default value here, which is title. But if it doesn't exist, put an empty string like so. So let's come back here and let's refresh. Now you see a title there. Awesomeness. Let's go to the video. Source MP4. Let's do this. Right. Let's put file here like that. All right. I don't know if this will work at all. Yeah, it doesn't work because we need root. Yes, we need the root. So instead, let's use the get image function, but instead get video function, like so. Okay, so it seems that function does not exist. So we can add it to the functions. Let's go to functions. Let me find the get image function, which is right there. I'm gonna duplicate this one, and let's just do get video. Okay, so otherwise return. Yeah, now you can put a placeholder video here if you want, but instead I want to return an empty string if it does not exist, right? The only thing I wanted here, the file exists, just put root there and return the value. So let's try this, and there it is. So get video, the video is there. Very cool. You can test it out. Okay, that works. Playlist, what about the playlist? So let's close our functions file here. Let me grab this. So let's go to playlists. Here we have to add, so these items, wait. We have to check the value and see which one of these it is. So here we'll put the old select, right? Old select is the function that we use here. So old select first of all grabs the column name. That's playlist ID. And then the default value, no, something to compare to, which is this right here, playlist /ID. Now playlist ID. So normally when you say old select like this, when this and this line up, then it will echo out the selected text here. But then let's put an echo, there's comma, and put one of those there. Playlist ID. That should work, unless otherwise, and there it is, it has worked. Finally, a description. All right, so description, the value is already here, old value. Let's just give it a default value and description there. And that should do the trick as well. Alrighty then, look at that. Awesome. So if I cancel this and do delete, I'll get exactly the same result. You see, there's information here and so on and so forth. So same thing if I click edit on this one. So now when we save, the data type will be different. So this time if I try to save, things may not work out as intended. So let's see what happens after Instead of uploading complete, here we could ask the question, what was the data type, right? What was the data type? And maybe let me put data type here at the top. So we can use it over and over again. Okay, like so. So I'm gonna copy that and let's change it here. Okay, so data type is good, whatever the data type at the top is. Now all we need to do is check what's happening. So for example, I can say if data type is equal to new video, then we are free to do this instead. Upload complete and then reload. Okay, let's put an else statement and do this. Boom, boom. So this one could be edit video, this one could be delete video. Video deleted, and then we reload. We'll do editing complete. So at least here you can do different actions depending on what you want. Video editing complete, whatever. You can do different things depending on what the data type is. At least that just shows you what's possible, right? Now also, we don't need validation for when we are deleting. So let me put that if statement here as well. We need validation for any other time except for when the data type is delete. So let's come up here. These parts are for deletion, right? This part here, okay, here we're adding the inputs. This one is required. Trying to think here, trying to think. You know, when we are deleting, we don't even need to send any of this information whatsoever. We just need to send the data type, that's all. Because we will grab the... Oh, wait. Yeah. We may need an ID. Anyway, we can skip this whole part here. So say, if data type is not equal to delete video, right? This is the only time we should do this. So I'm gonna do this. So if it's not delete, let's do this, right? And then we will have our data type quite all right. But then if, let's put one more thing here. If data type is not, for as long as it's not a new video, we will need the ID of the video, right? Or the slug or the ID, whatever, something. So let's try the ID here. I'm just gonna grab ID. And what are we gonna do? So I'm gonna grab this like so. I'll bring it down here. I'm just going to call it ID like this and paste in here. And put a 0 there. So ID will be equal to 0 if video ID does not exist, but if it does exist, it will be equal to that particular ID. That way we know what video we are editing, right? So here, if the data type is not new video, let's add our ID over there like so. That way we have an ID on the other side. I know what to do with it. So this does it for this part, this front side. So you can leave the console.log to see any errors that come up, but once you are done, you should mute this so that it doesn't show any console information. So let's go back to the Ajax, because this sends the information to the Ajax file. So let's go to Ajax here, controller. Ajax controller. In the end, we echo the result. Let's see what's going on here. What if statement is this? Okay, this will always just go to the index. So this is fine. So info data type, that's fine. Data type is set. We didn't even check to see if the data type is here or different or something else. Now, in both times, when we are editing and when we are creating a new file, both of these, when we are creating a new video or when we are editing, both of these will be needed. Image format not supported, if not empty, blah blah blah. Okay, so we do have a data type of new video here. That's okay. And empty errors. I see. There's a slug here. There's errors, blah blah blah. Okay, what I'm gonna do here is put an else statement on this. There's new video, there's new playlist. Wait. So I can do the edit video as well, just copy from here. So I'm gonna do this, duplicate this, like so. Duplicate, and there we go. Else if. So this one is edit video, right? So edit video comes here. We do the whole 9 yards. If there's an image, data image folder, blah blah blah. Move uploaded file. Wait, what's happening here? Let me see first. I want to know a way to know that a video was added or a file was added, because sometimes those are not added, and so okay, let's do this. Let's just say video added is equal to false. Let's also make another one called video image added. So image added and video added. So let me copy these bad boys. If not empty and there are no errors, this would be interesting. Image format not supported. Or if there's an error, it won't even matter because it won't pass through there. Okay, so it's gonna work anyway. So this is for the image. Let me remove that. This is for the file. Let me remove that. Okay, so here we change these guys to true. So when we go in here, it means this was not empty, and that was so image added and so on. So we should only do this move thingy first. Slug. We don't actually need to create a slug in the edit section. The slug reigns supreme. We don't need a date, so let's remove all these guys. We may need to resize the image if that happened. So here I'm going to say, because these can be added separately, right? So let me put each one of these on their own like this. So I can put two separate if statements, and the resizing only happens for the image. So let me put that there, like so. So I'm going to say if image added. All right, so if the image was added, we do all this part here. And if video added, we'll do all this here. Alrighty then. All right, so if the image was added, we'll move the uploaded file, blah, blah, blah. If this was added, then we add those things there. This is the only time these will exist, otherwise they will not exist if we did not add those. Then instead of update, insert, this will be update. Now update requires an ID, right? It does require an ID to know which part to update. So in that regard, we have to grab the ID from somewhere, and the posted data comes from data there. So we should have it in there. So I'm gonna go down here, new video, no, edit video. I should have it inside data. So I'm gonna do data ID. It should be in there. Very cool. So let's give it a shot. Looks like it can work. And so let me give it a try. I'll refresh the page. I just want to put a title with a number at the end. Just put 2 and let's see what happens. Please add a valid image. Okay. So these are things we should deal with. Wait a minute. Okay, so that's my bad. If we go back to the video view page, here, this part here, please add a valid image, please add a valid file. These are not compulsory if it's, they should only be compulsory for a new video. So I'm just gonna say if type is equal to new video, like so. Okay, any other time we don't need this. So let's refresh one more time, and here I'm just gonna put 2 at the end. Let's see, video editing complete, and nothing was edited whatsoever. Okay, let's go back here. Let's put a 2. Let's save. Didn't work. Okay, so why didn't it work? Let's figure out what's going on. So most likely the ID is wrong. The data may be correct, but the ID is wrong. So what I'm going to do here is I just want to see what's inside data, for example, and also inside ID. Yeah, in fact, just data alone. Wait, data, ID, data, ID. Okay, just data should be enough. So since we have the console.log down here, we should be able to see the result of this operation. So let me click edit. Let me refresh. Also, I want us to not do the window, since we are doing window.location on every single time, I might as well just put it here, or maybe here, like so, and then remove it from each one of these, like so. All right, now I can switch it off, just so we see what errors come up. Refresh. Let's put a 2 there, and let's hit save. Now I want to inspect and go to the console and see what the result is. So there are errors here. Success false. Errors title. Video title can only have letters and numbers. But why isn't it showing? Oh, I see. Now I didn't make it in such a way that it can display errors at all. Okay, so my bad here. Let's do this. Here what we'll do is this. Let's put an if statement here. We're gonna say if okay, we are returning a JSON. This information we're returning as a string is valid JSON. So let's convert it to an object. So I'm just gonna say let obj is equal to JSON.parse. That's how you convert a string, a JSON string back to an object. Now this is inside xhr.response text, like that. Okay. And then we'll put an if statement and say if obj.success, then we will do all this. So if everything was successful, this is our result. Let's remove this one here. Okay. Else, meaning there were errors. In this case, we want to echo out our errors. So I'm going to do a loop. I'll say let wait, don't we have error handling already here? What's going on? Ah, we have it on the login page, right? Okay, I'm feeling lazy now. You can use the login page error handling to put here instead if you want, but I'm just going to do this instead. Let's say for obj.errors for key in obj.errors, like that. And then I'll do string dot equal sign, plus equal, that was PHP, obj dot errors key, which is whatever error that is at that time, and put a break tag onto there. And then finally we can just echo it out or alert string. Okay, so let's try this again. Refresh. Let's put a 2 there. Video title can only have letters and spaces. Oh, the break tag literally shows in there. So anyway, instead of alerting this, you can put something here to show those errors, but I've done that on the sign up page, so you can copy that and replicate it here. Okay, so that's the reason. So video, let me just put 2 in text like so and save. Please wait until upload is complete. Really? It's already complete. Okay, so this was a flaw in my coding skills here, because at the end of the day, uploading is equal to false. Wait a minute, this should have worked actually. What's going on? 200. Yeah, for as long as we had 4 here, uploading should be equal to false. What is happening here? if we go to here, uploading should be false. Anyway, we even go to the console.log, uploading should be false. What is going on here? Let me inspect the element. There was an error in the JSON data. Okay, so it's saying unexpected character, but this looks like valid JSON to me. Data type edit video, success false, JSON.parse unexpected character at line 1. So let me move the console.log to the beginning. Before we do any of this stuff, just want it to do a console.log immediately, right after this, before we do the JSON.parse, so that we know what error came up. Wait, what? So I ruined the thing. It actually saved. Look at that. It did save. Okay, so let me try and save again. Okay. Okay, so the reason the JSON didn't work is because there's an echo here. Everything seemed fine. The file is undefined. Okay. Okay. And what else? Image is undefined. So I ruined those two. Okay, at least I know what to do now. So let me go to the Ajax here. Let's remove this. This is what's ruining the result. So everything is working just fine. It's just that we are sending a video data even when we haven't uploaded a video file. So I want to see here if is equal to image or is equal to file, right? Let me separate these two first of all. So I'm going to do this. Let me duplicate this. Okay. So if it's an image like this, let me just do this. And then if it's a file, that way I can check for any, I can do separate things like this. So this is okay. But I need to check first of all if an image or a file was actually added. So there's image added and file added here. So I need those to be complete, right? So here I'm going to do if image added like that, then run this. So if this key is an image and an image was added, then run that. And then same here, if file added, then let's run this. Okay, this should probably save us. But this time let me just add an image for a video. Okay, let's add a video file. Okay, I want to be able to add just the image and not change the video file. So let me save this. Okay, so let me just refresh the page, reload the page. Okay, let's do this and save. Okay, video editing complete there, but we don't have a video file itself. So let me browse now and add a video file. That way I want to see if just adding one video, the video file alone, will disturb the image, for example. So save. There we go. Uploading. Please wait. Okay, looks like it didn't. And if I reload, the video is still there. Let's see it in action. Okay, great. Very good. So things are working. Let's put another number here, some other text, and see if we can edit that. Video editing complete, and it did update. And the video and the image still remain. All right, so let me move this, remove that, and save. Very cool. So editing is working as intended. Now the delete, to deal with the delete. Okay, so delete video. We should ask the question, are you sure you want to delete? Let me go back to upload video and just try to save. Oh, okay, that doesn't work. Let's cancel. Let's do a delete. So I'm gonna delete my first video. Now also another thing is, if an image was added when editing a video, right, and we move a new file, it means the old file is irrelevant now. Okay, so since that old file is irrelevant, we ought to delete it. Otherwise we'll have a lot of files that are unnecessary. So all I have is the ID to the video file. So I'm gonna say delete old image, right? So I'm gonna say row is equal to, and then use the video class to find the item with this ID. Okay, like that. And if row came back with a result, then we're going to say if file exists. It's always a good idea to check if the file actually exists, and this is the image. Then unlink, which is, that's how you delete a file, like so. Okay, so same here. Let's copy that. If there's an old file, let's delete that old file. So keep in mind we are doing this before we update, so we have the old record. So I'm gonna grab image here and convert that to file. It's as simple as that. ID, get the file, delete. Okay, cool. That's one way to do it. So now that we have edit video, we can do delete video as well, equally the same way. So I'm gonna grab this, duplicate it. There are two L's here, so let me remove that. This one is delete video. Now for delete video, we don't need to check out any of these. We just need to read from the video and then delete both the file and the image, like that. And let me move this as well, delete old file. Now since we've already read from the database here, we don't need to do this again. We can just delete both, like so, right? And let's remove this. If image added, we don't care. Okay, we don't need to validate at all, so this if statement is irrelevant. Success true. This one is delete, and let's delete from the row. Right, we don't need any data, we just need the ID of what we are deleting, and that's it. Okay, so like this, and we are done. delete old image, delete old files, the image and the file, and then finally delete the item. Okay, so it's as simple as this. Now if I go to, where is my wait, sign up view, there's this part where we please fix the errors. So I'm going to grab this and go to video view. I just want where we are deleting to show a red message. Say, are you sure you want to do this? So I'll put this here, and instead of this, we are checking to see if data type is equal to delete video, and then we say, are you sure you want to delete this video? Exclamation point. Yeah, so let's try that again. Are you sure you want to delete this video? So typing and editing in here doesn't do anything at all, because when you say save, it's actually deleting. So this video with this one, let's try that. First of all, I want to know if this video has actually been deleted, or the file itself. So I'm going to say open video in new tab, like so. And I want to refresh after doing a, let me open the image as well in a new tab. So once I delete, I want to make sure those files were deleted as well. So I'm going to save. Okay, apparently I didn't get what I want. Let's go to console and see. Okay, so unlink, permission denied. Why? Oh, that's because I see what's going on here. Yeah. Okay, so success true, there were no errors, video was deleted. The only reason the permission was denied is because we were using it here, that's all. This one will be gone. Yeah, that's gone. But this one, because we had loaded it, so that's why. But otherwise it would have been deleted. So 167.22, let me just find it and delete it myself. So uploads, it has a 22, it's this one right here. Open link in the video, delete. So permission denied, van small. Let's close that. Let me close this. File in use, try again, deleted. Okay, goody. So now if I try to reload this, you sure you want to delete this video? Now this is the thing here. If the video does not exist, it should tell me the video does not exist. So let's go back to video view here, and we're gonna say right about here. So I'm gonna do if video and, let me see here. Okay, that's working. Then let me duplicate this. We'll say if not video. That video could not be found. Okay, so if data type, I needed this actually. And data type is not equal to new video. So if it's either a delete or an edit and the video was not found, then that video could not be found, should be the error message. So let me see if that works here. That video could not be found, but then the rest of the page should not load. So I'll put this here like so, and then put an else statement here like this, and then I'll grab this whole thing. Up to here. Oops. Put that end if there. Let me move everything over like so. That's what you get. That video could not be found. Okay, so let's try an actual video that exists. And are you sure you want to delete? Let's try the upload video. So now a video variable does not exist. So if a video, this should actually exist. Oh, wait a second. If I go to the video.php, it doesn't exist only in the index part here. Yeah, so what I can do is just add it here, just so it doesn't cause an error there, and set it to false. That way it exists, but it contains nothing. Okay, there we go. Okay, so everything is good now. We can edit, we can delete. Now, for your exercise, just to learn to do things yourself, try and copy what is in the upload section here for the edit and delete into the new playlist thing, so that you can do the same thing and practice your coding skills. So I'm going to cancel here. New playlist and cancel. The cancel button doesn't work here. Let's see what we have on the cancel button over here is this one. So let's go to the playlist part. Playlist, new playlist on the cancel button, like so. Playlists, like that. Okay, so try and create the edit and delete for this. See if you can do it. Yeah. The same way I've done, it's the same thing, practically the same page, so you can figure it out. Otherwise, we have come to the end of the tutorial because everything seems to be awesome. Yeah. So let's do a recap of what we have so far. So we have a home page here. We have the latest page to show what latest videos. We have the popular that shows how popular a video is, which is number of views per day. And we have actual playlists. Here we can upload videos like this here, or create new playlists. So here I can create a playlist. I say maybe this playlist is called Oldies. Then we can add an image to it if we want, and hit save. Okay. Once we add that new playlist, we have playlists here, and it's right there. So if I click here, I'll see there was no video found for that playlist. It has no videos there. This one, nothing as well. How about this one? This one does have some videos, and they're in a list. So here the video that's playing is highlighted. If I click on this one, it highlights that one. They're both in the same playlist, just like that. Okay, then we have an admin section, which shows you how many admins, how many users, how many videos, and playlists. Here you can edit users. Oh, we don't have the edit and delete for users as well, but just like the others, you can do it as well. Videos, this one has the edit and delete. Playlists, here you can, on videos, you can add a new video, you can edit a video, or this one, or you can delete a video. Here you can log out if you want, or go to the home page if you want. Then if you want, you can, let's try to log out. So this is the login page. If you type the wrong stuff, wrong email or password, but if you type the correct one, you will be logged in. You can also log out and sign up if you want. If there are errors, they show down here until you get them right. Alright, so we have come to the end of this video tutorial series. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will get to them. So hopefully you've learned something, one or two things on how to use the MVC framework that we created from scratch to create actual websites. So I will see you in the next tutorial.